Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Tuesday, May 29th, 2018. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. I don't know what the sports scene is like in Vancouver in the middle of July, but I do know that the bodybuilding scene should be scorching like it's noon on South Beach, thanks to the heat that Iain Valliere is bringing to the Vancouver Pro this season. Last week, one of the baddest men I've seen north of the border in a very long time let it be known that he was planning to bring his talents to the Vancouver Pro again this season, which is set to go down just over 7 weeks from now. A few months ago, we saw a bigger, denser version of Valliere put in some quality work back at the Indy Pro. But if he can be a few percentage points sharper to help bring all that to life, it would go a long way towards pushing him up the placings another few spots. Every year it feels like the Tampa Pro turns out to be one of the more entertaining shows of the midsummer stretch. And this time around it looks like Alina Popa wants to get a piece of the action. Over the weekend we saw Popa release a few clips from her first prep of the season as she prepares to make her return to the stage after sitting out the entire 2017 season. From the minute she stepped onto an IFBB stage, Popa's been one of the very best talents in the women's bodybuilding division. I know there are plenty of fans out there who can't wait to see one of the best in the business get back up there again to remind the world how great some of these athletes can be when they finally get the opportunity to put their talents on display. I remember when I was a kid, people used to love telling me that the third time was going to be the charm. And now that she's less than a week away from hitting the ground running at her third pro contest, I'd be willing to bet that rookie bikini star Dara Diaz is hoping that all those people were right. The former NPC Team Universe champ is coming off a rock star second place performance at the New York Pro. And now she's got her sights set on the city of Toronto this weekend, where she'll be looking to earn her win and punch a ticket to the Olympia stage. Even with only 2 shows on her resume, you can already see that Diaz looks like she's got star potential written all over her. So if she can seal the deal in Toronto, it'll put her in position to hit the home stretch with a ton of momentum and open up the conversation for some potential top placings later this season. As the old saying goes, pressure can either bust pipes or it can make diamonds. So I'll leave it to you to decide which category fitness star in the making Missy Ferrell falls into. Knee deep in the midst of her Olympia prep, the 2-time IFBB Pro champ looks like she's on a mission to deliver the goods this year in Las Vegas. According to the Ferrell camp, she already feels like she's ahead of the game at this point in her prep, which is saying something when you consider that she's probably had the best season of her career up to this point. The top end of the fitness Olympia hasn't seen a ton of movement over these last few seasons, but when you compete at this level, you're only as good as your last show. And when you're riding a hot streak like this, there's really no telling what might happen once you get up there and just let it all loose. They say that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. But when you're coming off a career season that saw you pull off 3 straight wins and a top 8 Olympia finish, maybe a little bit of insanity in your life isn't such a bad thing. Over the weekend, Brandon Curry and the Camel crew were spotted putting in a few Saturday hours at the office out at Oxygen Gym, where he and his team set up shop again to ride out this year's Olympia prep. There's no denying that what they were able to do last year was one of the most incredible one-year transformations that we've seen in recent memory. But whether or not they can recapture that magic and get lightning to strike twice in the form of another top 10 finish is still anyone's guess. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.